I got a request to react to At Last Mayday Mayday. This is their debut single, a Thailand boy group. Thank you to everybody who's giving their recommendations, requesting for reactions, review. I truly appreciate them. I appreciate you. Please keep them coming. This is, again, At Last Mayday Mayday, Thailand boy group. Let's get to it. I've never heard of them. It's the first time. 7? 7 members, okay. So you're that, okay. So I like the intro. It's very Thai. That sound is Thai. Both the initial instrument, the bed, and the second instrument that came in, it's very Thai sounding. So I appreciate that. So Mayday, are they the ones asking for help? Because Mayday is a code when you actually need help. But then it seems that they're the ones throwing the grenade. So are they asking you to get help? Or something like that. I also like the opening dance, the opening routine, the opening sequence here. There's a lot of swag in there. I appreciate that. I like that routine. I wanna see the performance video. So it's like announcing their arrival. Like the colors. See, I like they have, so a minute in, they're still maintaining that very Thai sounding instrument. So I like that. I think I've always mentioned, I constantly mention that I like it when an Asian performer retain a lot of their cultural sound, cultural color. So I appreciate that. The beat and the melody is very matter of fact. It feels like if I am to close my eyes and envision them, I feel like this is a group of powerful people walking in very casually, and you can feel the power emanating out of them. So because there's not a lot of up and down in the tone of their in their melody. It's very flat, like how you would. I remember that scene in, was it Iron Man, when Iron Man Tony Stark announced that he presented his nuclear weapon, which is named the Jericho. He just said, "Ladies and gentlemen, Jericho." It wasn't like, "Ladies and gentlemen, Jericho." It wasn't like that. He presented it so casually, because real power doesn't need to scream. You don't need to yell. So I always appreciate it. I feel that the power gets into me more when it's very calm and very flat. That's when I could really feel whether or not you know how powerful you are. And this is what I feel in this video. The beat and the melody is very flat, but the words that they're saying are so powerful that it actually convinces me that they themselves are convinced that they're going to be great and that they're going to be powerful. So good so far. So the bridge. Okay, so they're escalating. The bridge is escalating. Let's see how's the chorus gonna sound like. Nope, still the same. It's not as hyped as others would have taken it. It's still very subdued. Now, the instruments are not very complicated. There's very few layers in there. But you need it. Again, if you know and you're convinced you're powerful, you don't need complications. You don't need to yell. Oh, this guy's tall. Is he like 6'6"? Maybe a little bit more synchronization in that part when they raise their hands. Here. There. A little bit more synchronization. No. Not synchronization, sorry. A little bit more power, because that looks so soft when they raise their right hand and then swung to the other side. It looks so soft. Here. There, a little bit more power would have been, a little bit more pop. They're really introducing each of the members. Make sure you remember their faces. And then there are levels in this part. But because it's too there, but well, you know, it's too tight of a shot for you to determine, but you can just say that, you can just see, even with a tight shot, you can see that the levels that they're in are not the same. So it makes it look like it's a little disorganized. But maybe if you see, the levels are not, some are higher than others. It's not, I do know that the ones at the back are supposed to stand up higher, but still the ones in front, they're not that equal. But it's not that obvious if you're not really nitpicking. I like the routine though. I'd really love to see the performance video. See, that is another part. This I mean synchronization. They need to be synchronized. That a little bit more. This is a kind of, so I was gonna say like, well, because this is not a performance video, so there's a, in some part they actually cut the performance to show other scenes and stuff, so that I understand. But I feel like they actually made an effort to match the music and the sound and the melody to they made an effort to match the choreography to the music and the melody and the message of the song. So the choreography is actually very laid back. It's not, there's not a lot of jumping and not a lot of popping. I would be curious as to how they demonstrated that subdued kind of power in the choreography. So I would like to see the choreography. Okay, let's go back. I'm gonna say the rest after the video. Because there's not a lot of big movements in the choreography, which I feel like, okay, I see your abs, good job. So there's not a lot of big movements. Okay. See here, the last scene, you can see how the levels of, this is the level that I was talking about. The one in red on the far, the far left, and then the one wearing black on the far right. You see how their legs are not bent the same way. So the level is not equal, right? So that's the level that I was talking about. It has to be consistent across for it to look very together, for the formation and the choreography to look very together. Okay. So as I was saying, I feel like the choreography tried to be as consistent as it could with the message, the beat, and the actual feel of the music video. So there's not a lot of big movements. There's not a lot of jumping around and not a lot of pops. And that's okay, because the music video is all about subdued kind of power. Very unassuming kind of power. Like I don't need to make noise to make you realize I'm coming. You're just gonna feel that, and I like that. I appreciate that, and I prefer that actually. So I think they tried to match the choreography, but it's hard to gauge and hard to see because they keep on cutting to other scenes. So I would love to see the performance video. As I've said, I like and appreciate how they managed to maintain the Thai sound from the very beginning, and they actually kept it throughout the song. During the chorus and the bridge, they would add more elements and layers into it, but there's not a lot. Again, consistent with the subdued kind of part they wanted to communicate in the music video. In terms of the actual choreography and the execution of the choreography, I would just wanted a bit more refinedness in terms of the levels. As I've said, if somebody's trying to duck down or bend their legs, you need to be equal. That's for the entire choreography to look together, and to look organized and synchronized. Okay, and then if, like, for example, when you do, I've said this before, if you need to complete the move in its entirety. So if you swing your hand from one position to another, you've got to swing it to the fullest, and you need to put some power into that so that you don't look lazy as you do your choreography. But there's just that one part where I noticed it. It's not like the entire video. It's an intro video. They're introducing the group, so there's a lot of tight shots in each member. Okay, so it's the Mayday Mayday is more like a situation that they're putting everyone else into. Like, hey, we're going to drop the bomb. We're the bomb. So, okay, I got that part. I don't know who wrote the song. I don't know who composed the song. As I've said, I didn't look them up before I actually did this reaction. But I think it did, in general, the song did its job in portraying the kind of impact that they want to make, their style, subtle power. But I would be curious on how they're going to progress. In future songs, I would love to hear more layers in the messaging. I would love to hear more poetry in there, if for lack of a better word, because I think with subtle power should come multiple messages, and the ability to put a spin in your words and actions, to add a layer in everything, another layer in everything that you do, that something shouldn't always be just in your face. There has to be some sort of mystery, so to speak. You need to give people the reason and motivation to dig deeper into your artistry. So I would love to see the progress, but for as a debut single and as a video that aims to introduce the members, it's good. I would love to see the performance video. I hope they come up with one. Thanks to the person that recommended this.